Mike Buller with the Link Local Network. We're at Midway International Airport, Chicago, Illinois. We just witnessed Honor Flight Chicago return from Washington, D.C. Bill Wolf, the
State Commander.
State Commander
for the Veterans in Foreign Work.
For the Veterans in Foreign Work. Was with us. He was one of the escorts on the trip out.
The Guardian.
You were a Guardian.
Correct.
All right. Tell us about it a little bit, Bill.
Well, actually, I've been to 4 of these receptions and then decided I wanted to be a Guardian.
Yeah.
Usually, if you've seen them coming in, most of the vets have some sort of, they're getting up there in age and can't walk around all day the way, we could when we were 30. So what happens is they have Guardians, and the Guardian more or less puts them in a wheelchair and takes them around to the different memorials. The whole idea behind Honor Flight, though, is that give all of the World War II veterans the opportunity to see the World War II memorial prior to them passing on. Currently, we're losing about 1,200 World War II veterans a day. So our numbers are continually going down, but that's why Honor Flight is so important. Honor Flight does not charge them 1 penny for anything during the day. They get here, it's a long day for all of these veterans too, because you figure they're getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning, leaving their houses about 3, because they have to be here by 4:30 in the morning. They get back, like you see tonight, the plane was supposed to come in at 8:40. It ended up getting in about 9:30.
We have 24 hours.
And that's it's a long time for anybody to stay up. And I'll tell you, they wore me out today. They're a great group of people, and they don't expect anything that's going on. Actually, some of the things that, after we had looked at the World War II Memorial and had the opportunity to go around and explain to them the whole memorial, we then took buses over to the Lincoln Memorial, and then from the Lincoln Memorial we walked over to the Vietnam Memorial, the Vietnam statue, the statue dedicated to nurses in Vietnam, and then also over to the Korean War monument, our memorial. And by the end of that, we had jumped back on the buses. We went out to the Iwo Jima Memorial, and anybody that could walk and didn't need a wheelchair was allowed to get off of the bus and go take some pictures there. So a bunch of us did. Got back on the bus, and then it was through Arlington Cemetery just to show them Arlington, and then back to the airport. We did have a little bit of a problem in the beginning. A little bit of a problem was when we first took off this morning. We got about 25 miles out and somebody smelled smoke in the cabin.
Wow.
So the plane was actually diverted, come back to Midway. We landed, and we had a heck of an escort when we landed because the whole Chicago Fire Department was sitting on the runway waiting for us. And then we got there, and finally after they cleared things up and that, we ended up getting off of that plane, getting on another plane, and then heading to Washington. But a fantastic day. The people that are on it, they have no idea what to expect when they think when they got to New York, and there's aides at New York that also assist in, helping the veteran to get around Washington. And I say New York, Washington. But get around Washington and assist there, and it's actually just a great thing, and they thought that was really something. I know what was going to happen when they got here, and it's hard not to say anything. And what had happened was that all of a sudden we start coming in, they hear a little bit of a noise and that, wow, what's that all about? And then upstairs, which part that you folks don't see, is upstairs they actually had the Patriot Guard and the Warrior Watch motorcycle groups that were up there all lined up, and Chicago Fire Department was in the jetway when they got off of the plane and congratulating them and saying, and then you see the whole Great Lakes Naval Cadets are here lining the aisles, and and it's saluting everyone when they come by. It's probably the most fantastic thing that's going on. One of the things a lot of people might not realize, Honor Flight is actually all run by volunteers. Nobody gets paid 1 penny for doing anything, and they do about 12 flights a year. This is the first flight this year, and they'll probably do 1, 2 a month depending on the money. The average flight goes for about $55,000. As a guardian, for me to be a guardian, it's $475, and that includes my airfares, buses, and meals, and everything else. So it's a fantastic program for our World War II vets,
Right.
especially that they don't have to pay a penny.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic deal, Bill. And we're proud at Link Local Network. We're going to be sponsoring a charity golf outing August 16th in Woodbridge at Seven Bridges, far Honor Flight Chicago.
Fantastic.
We're excited about that. Tell people, well, certainly you can get a hold of the Link Local Network at www.linklocalnetwork.com if you want to get more information about it. How do they get a hold of you in case somebody wants to make an introduction?
If anybody's interested, the easiest way to get me is through our Springfield office, which phone number there is area code 217-529-6688, or you can go online at vfwil.org.
Alright, what's that number again? 217?
217-529-6688.
Alright. Bill Wolf, Veterans of Foreign War
State Commander.
State Commander. There's not fooling around here tonight. They got the big dogs out. Thanks, Paul.